Hey guys, Andrew here.
And Caleb
Everything
is
awesome.
not awesome. Remember?
But it's still pretty awesome.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
First time ever. Let's put the spoiler alert right there.
Spoilers.
Even though we haven't had one complaint yet about spoilers.
I mean, a benefit is that usually people see the movie the opening weekend, and then we upload this Monday. So we're hoping that you guys have seen this movie because it's pretty dang awesome.
And what movie is that?
The Lego Movie 2.
Part 2. The second part.
Yes, the second part. And it is coming off the back burners 5 years later.
5 years.
From the OG.
It doesn't feel like 5 years. I legit thought it was like 3, maybe 4. This came out when we were in high school.
Our senior year. Wow, we just dated ourselves.
Did it come out early in the year?
It came out exactly the same time. February.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I did see this.
On the dot.
On the dot.
And let's talk about just the Lego Movie, the first one, for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody thought this was the biggest marketing scheme Hollywood ever was going to make. And they were like, this movie's going to suck. It's just going to be a long commercial. But then Hollywood Heaven gave us two amazing writers and directors, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. And this
is arguably one of the best animated movies of the decade.
It's so good, and it was so new. You know, it wasn't Disney, it was Warner Brothers, and it was Legos, and it was made to look like it was stop motion, but it wasn't.
Now, I'm curious, does Warner Brothers have the rights just for the movie, or have they had those rights for a while? Maybe they just did it for the movie.
I think also for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe with the Lego games. Because with Harry Potter, that's Warner Brothers, right?
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, all the DC stuff.
So maybe they started with the games, and then it kind of just rolled there like, hey, we had the rights for the games, let's make a movie.
Yeah.
Huh.
But like I said, like, everybody thought this was going to be a joke. And I remember seeing it opening night with a group of guys, and we just loved it. I just remember being so blown away. It was such a sweet story, so impactful.
Oh, yeah.
Just hit you in the feels.
It had a message. Everyone is special.
And everything is awesome.
Even though when everyone's special, no one is special at all.
Wow. Take that to the library next time.
What's that from? I think the quote is when everyone is like super, then no one is super. I don't know where that's from.
Somebody
once told. Sorry. I get triggered anytime I hear someone say
Shrek.
Oh, that's a spike. My bad. But yeah, the first one was a gem. It was
a gem, and you had amazing new characters like Wildstyle or Emmett, and then you had a visual look at Batman. With Will Arnett, and such a self-egotistic person.
Yeah.
And it's great. His son's like, darkness.
Dead
parents.
Can we get a Battyverse movie where all the Batmans from different universes come together and Lego Batman is one of them?
It'd be such the copyiest thing you could ever do.
Oh yeah, just all the copying.
The most copying any copying could have ever copied.
Put that on a shirt.
Is what that movie would do.
Straight up Control C and Control V that shit.
Because
Command for the Mac users out there.
Is also a gem.
Yeah. We talked about that.
Yeah, but...
Did we talk about that?
We did.
Did we?
Quite a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a minute ago.
It was a minute ago. But... highlights just from that movie, the song, the characters, just the story, the visuals,
Chris Pratt on the up and up.
Oh, great! All the little people too, like all the superheroes that had kind of the cameos and just the random
big
characters.
Thing about part 2, they brought back all the voice actors for the little characters.
Yeah, that was nice.
Jonah Hill as Green Lantern, Channing Tatum Superman.
Channing Tatum. Was Gal Gadot? I didn't even think we paid attention. Was she Wonder Woman?
She did have a line here and there. Maybe she was.
I
I'll
didn't
give
pay
benefit
attention
of the doubt and say she was.
because because Aquaman was the new character, and we
That
wanted to
was
make
so
sure.
funny. Regular Aquaman wasn't the first one, right? Because
Was
they had
he?
like the Justice League. I think he might have been.
I don't know, maybe.
But we have Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
Yeah,
And it's not like, is that Jason Momoa? No, like,
it is.
shirtless, tattoos, long hair, it's Jason Momoa.
I want that Lego character.
My man.
I want that.
I want that little
character.
little Lego character with a stud on the back where if you click it, it says my man. I can't do that scream, so I'll just say my man. That
But yeah, first Lego movie, amazing. It got snubbed at the Oscars for not getting nominated for Best Animated Movie.
tread.
It's great. Now, if you fast forward just a year or two later, boom, Lego Batman movie,
Everyone and their mother knew that was going to be a thing.
and it was great. You've seen it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what happened to me at the time, but I think I was running on like an all-nighter, so I did fall asleep for part of it during the slower times, but I've seen the majority of it.
It's so much fun because Batman has so many characters and so many villains,
all
like
the
Polka Dot
villains.
Man or whatever is in it, and
Calendar Man.
yeah, like Peanut Butter Dude probably in there. Ketchup and mustard. I just remember that off the top of my head. I love when
I
they
don't
go
remember
to the
the plot.
Fortress of Solitude.
What was the plot?
The plot was that the Joker. I'm pretty sure the plot was that the Joker wasn't Batman's
Main enemy.
main enemy anymore, and so then he gets tossed. He goes into the like vortex with Zod and like Sauron is there, and like Voldemort is there, and the
Right.
witch from like Wizard of Oz is there, and
I
that was a lot of
haven't seen that
fun.
movie in a while.
I think I've only seen it the once in theaters. I have it somewhere.
Oh yeah, with the colorful yellow box.
Yeah, it sticks out. I just can't find it right now. But
So
I think
happens-
it was a good spin-off movie.
Oh yeah,
And oh my gosh, I love the part when it goes through all the phases of all the movies. Like that quick 10-second little clip.
and Robin with his cute little glasses.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's Michael Cera, right?
Probably.
Voicing him.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
makes
sure.
sense.
But
Yeah,
yeah, that's great. And then you have the
Ninjago.
yeah, you got that movie.
You know what? Love to hate on it. We never saw it.
We never saw it, but that's
I'm
why
sure it
that's
was
why we
fine.
love to hate on it.
I'm sure it was a passable,
Here's
funny
the thing.
movie. I'm sure it had a lot of moments we would have cracked up at.
There is this one thing I know in the movie that we would fucking love.
Go on.
The main villain is a cat.
No.
Like a live action cat. So I've seen little clips here and there of it, and it looks pretty hilarious. I think we would.
So it's not the dad of the main character.
It is, but I don't know how this live action cat gets involved. But a live action
Right.
cat's involved.
Huh.
But the thing is, like when people go to see Batman Lego Movie,
Mm-hmm.
they know majority of the source materials, so you're going to get a lot of the references, and you're going to
Right.
understand the characters already.
Ninjago's very new,
It's new, and
and it's
has
a Lego.
that TV
It's a Lego
show.
property.
Yeah, it's Lego. It's solely original. It has the show on Nickelodeon or Cartoon
Mm-hmm.
Network. I don't know which one. And so, and it's based off that.
Right.
So,
I believe Cartoon Network because I think Bionicle was on Cartoon Network. Those
Gotcha.
movies.
For people that are probably fans of the show, probably really loved it, and the average viewer probably enjoyed it, but didn't get that connection as the fans probably
Right.
did, because the fans, probably for the fans.
Right. Yeah.
But if anything,
And the designs are cool. I really like the look of the Ninjago costume.
Yeah.
Those were really cool.
but
I'm sure I'll see it one day and be a fan.
assume it did well. Maybe it didn't. I'm not quite sure.
Made its money back probably.
Probably, but now we got this,
Mhm.
and I don't really know what's to come after
Right.
this movie.
Before we dive into it, I've said it before. Said it a second ago. We need a Bionicle movie.
Ooh, yeah.
It could be either cartoony, but I think not cartoony, a comedy like the Lego movies. But I think it would
No, it needs
suffice much better if it was serious.
to be serious.
Like you remember the Bionicles had like the disc launcher
ooh, yeah.
in the movie that was associated with that, the disc of light or life, whatever it was. That shit was dope.
Ah, dude, I love.
And they were the
Bionicles.
tinier ones too.
Did you ever have so you had like the Bionicles,
Right.
normal size. Do you actually ever have like the Lego sets of them?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know what they look like?
No, I think I know what you're talking about.
Like they
I
were
think
actually
I
like
did.
Lego figures of Bionicle.
Oh no, not that one. No, not that one.
No.
I know Lego had like their own type of Bionicle, where like they had like the snappies and whatnot. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll look it up afterwards. if we
All I
remember.
do know is I pulled my first all nighter on accident as a kid when my mom got me like one of my first Bionicles because I spent the whole night putting it together and just playing with it. I look up, and the sun's out. I'm like, oh.
Oh.
I don't think my parents really meant to check in on me because they definitely went to bed when my light was still on. I was like,
That's funny.
they're like, he's having fun.
Yeah, well, I love Bionicles and I just love Legos, and so that's why
The first movie was
great.
made for us.
It was made for people who grew up with Legos and had an imagination like that. Because that's what my favorite thing is that like you're watching a movie that's so into a kid's imagination.
Oh, yeah.
And he can do whatever he wants. And like that was me as a kid. Like I would, I didn't have $1 billion worth of Legos like that kid did. And I didn't have people to build them the sets for me.
Oh, yeah.
But when I would have my Legos or just like my Star Wars toys, I would just go throughout like the living room or my room or the whole like house.
Yeah.
And I would that would be my world. And like this would be a planet. and this would be a planet. And like, yeah, and then everything around like
Planet couch.
oh, it was great.
Planet TV stand.
And like it just that movie really brought back the memories. And the second one, it also does have a very good message.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't really relate to it a little bit. I could, but
Say that again.
sorry. I related to it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But to people that had siblings.
Oh, is that part? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part, if you had siblings.
I would say there are two messages
Yeah.
in that. That, what you brought up, and then at the end where it says everything's not awesome. And that's okay.
It's true.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they
that's
really got into that. I think both of those were like the main message.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about the messages
Yeah.
at the end.
Uh-huh.
But
To spoil it out of the way, they do reuse everything is awesome.
yeah.
Because how are you going away from that? But that's how they put the twist on it by saying everything is not awesome, but that's okay because we can try to make it awesome.
Yeah.
But-
Any final thoughts on like the Lego Movie, Batman and Jagu?
I like them. Like you said, I don't know where we're gonna go on from here because this movie did not leave room for a sequel,
Mm-mm.
and that's okay because I think you don't need to go anywhere from here. I think a 1 and 2 is fine.
Yeah.
Maybe I think a Batman 2 was rumored. Maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get a Bionicle, hopefully, or maybe we'll get Polly Pocket.
I would love just like the Lego Dimensions
Oh.
if that was like a movie.
Oh. Maybe.
Maybe. But let's talk about this Lego Movie too.
Yeah, we've been talking for about 15 minutes. Let's get into it.
So, right off the bat,
Yeah, this movie takes place literally right after the first one.
yeah, like it pretty much opens up with the exact same scene, and it's just
The
I
Duplo
love-
creatures drop in.
I love the voices.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
just-
they just sound like children.
It's great. And
And we will eat you.
it's pretty funny, like when he builds the heart, and then like the creature just eats it, and you're just
Right
like,
away.
oh, and he's like, give me more, and you're just like, oh shoot, like, and then when Wild Salad hits it, and then it just starts screaming and like
Yeah.
goes berserk, and then I mean you saw a lot of that in the trailer, like when Batman hits it, and it's like you missed. He's like, no, I didn't.
You miss. One little plot hole. Not really plot hole, but we get that little scene where what was the villain from the first one called? Mr. Business? Not
Lord
Mr.
Business.
Lord Business. He says that dad thing of like, you two get along. Okay, and then he changes into his golf attire and goes golfing. His dad was way more into Legos in the first movie. You'd think he'd intervene a little more in the second one. It seems like he just, once his son started playing with him, he just didn't care about Legos anymore.
Seemed like Will Ferrell kind of didn't want to be in the movie the whole time.
Maybe he was busy.
Yeah, maybe
too.
he didn't want to be in the...
So much to the point where they had credited him in the credits with just an air bubble instead of like a picture of his character.
Because he's in the movie technically, it's just his voice though.
Yeah. But it was funny. He gave that normal dad line of you two play nice, and then he leaves.
He probably woke up one morning, rolled out of bed, went to the studio, recorded his lines for 30 minutes,
Honestly.
got a paycheck for like $50,000 and walked out, and then he bought like, I don't know,
$50,000 worth of Legos.
there you go.
Which is probably a 300-piece set.
No
Lego,
minifigures.
please drop your prices.
Please, so I can buy Legos again before mortgaging our apartment.
Can you mortgage an apartment? This is Monopoly. You were saying.
And then we came to the realization, like, so after that opening scene, it says 5 years later, and then it's the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And then like a minute later, Caleb and I are like, when did this movie come out? And he's like, 2016? And I was like, maybe 2014. And then like, I was
It
like,
hit us. We were like,
dude, it said 5 years ago. That was 2014. So like, they kept with the a nice time frame of when the first movie came out to this.
I do love the minute I saw the apocalypse. Excuse me, the post-apocalyptic landscape. I knew they had to do a Mad Max reference,
That was fun.
and they do later on. That was amazing.
That was fun.
We
They're
do
just
get
like, look at our random car. Look at my random car.
I like how they did do like an homage to the first movie where he gets his coffee and he walks around saying hi to everyone. He says hi to the same people, but they're all like all apocalyptic, and the cat lady and her cats are all metal, and they got
Jeff, meow.
armor.
Meow.
His face even changed. He was like,
Surfer Dave is now
Purgatory Dave.
No.
He was Chainsaw Dave.
Chainsaw Dave, and then it becomes Purgatory Dave.
Dave goes through a lot in this movie.
And then you have the sewer babies.
Oh god, those moms.
But
so
you all
cute.
see that in the trailer. What I liked is that a lot of the trailer was really
the first like 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes of the movie.
Get on it, Hollywood. Take notes. Don't spoil the whole movie in one trailer.
And then just show really quick seconds of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole like wedding ceremony. I don't think that's in the trailer at all.
No. Yeah, we see whatever Wanabe, whatever her name was. We see her, Miss Tiffany Haddish, who is in every other movie in the past 2 years.
Every other movie.
Yeah, I think that's about all we saw in them going to the Sistar system. Yeah, that whole sequence, Emmett building his house, and that message of like, I guess that's another message of like, I don't know, society may want you to be tough, but just be you.
Yeah, that's a good
People just
one.
want you to be
They don't want
you
you to fit in. Don't fit in with society. Just be who you want to be.
Yeah.
Even if people look at you differently for that.
Mm.
A lot of good messages in this movie.
That's how you know it's a kid's movie.
Yeah, it's
trying to teach the youths how to be a decent human being.
And also, like, I guess we're kind of just not bouncing around, but I just want to talk about, like, Chris Pratt is so dang good in this movie as Emmett.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was good with Rex, but, like, Emmett is what I hope Chris Pratt is as a person.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's just, like when he, like, first, like...
You always hear the typical stuff of, like, the people you meet down here that have worked on, like, sets and stuff, and they're like, oh, Chris Pratt's a dick, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what you hear about every celebrity. Someone's got one bad story about a celebrity. I'm sure Chris Pratt is one of the coolest people out there.
I love when he like first like when they interact with Wildstyle and he's like, "Oh, I can't be like mad or anything. I'm so excited to see you." And I'm just like, "Aw." Like
Emmett is just wholesome.
Right? He's like, "Oh my gosh,
I can't be mad. I'm just so excited to see you."
It's just the lines he says and how he delivers them. You're just like, "That's so sweet." But
no, the chase sequence was nice. When what was that soldier person's name? The one with the ship that takes them.
Oh,
and is like the one in command.
The alien creature.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Right.
What?
But the little hearts and stars she shoots. Hello.
Oh my god.
And the part when
the pain.
I'm going cold.
And then the zoom in on the eyes for both of them. Like, oh, it was so funny.
But yeah, they go into that whole Mad Max sequence. It's so good. Batman's got the tire shoulders.
What's great about, like, even though they show that in the trailer, like when the star's like, oh, like the pain, like it was still
funny,
like, almost like twice as funny in the movie, because I don't know, like it just
in the context too, maybe.
Yeah, in the context of going on. That's what I just feel like. Lord and Miller, like they just.
What else have they done since?
Come on, the Jump Street movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They did the Jump Street movies. They did the Lego movies. They did the Spider-Verse. Could you? Okay, I want you to take a second. Sit back.
I was going to say, that's why Jonah Hill and Tatum were in the Lego movies.
Why? Like, think what Solo could have been.
Were they originally on that?
Dude, they filmed half of the movie.
And then it went to...
Yeah, and they got fired. That was them. They got fired from Disney.
Wow. Huh. Well.
Think of that movie.
Now that you say that, I do think that that came across my newsfeed. Their names. Wow. Well,
I love them. They are awesome.
Lord and Miller. Lord and Miller. I'll keep that in my head.
Yeah, they have a bright future ahead of them.
Sadly, Crane and Butke doesn't really go off the tongue like that. Maybe I'll have a pen name.
Yeah, do a Nicolas Cage kind of name.
Nah, it's fine. I'll go by my first name. How about that?
There we go.
I was gonna say, call me the Sea Man, but that doesn't really sound that good out of context.
Yeah, we still got to go to the Big D.
Just so you all know out there, there's a theater, an AMC theater called the Big D.
Oh, yo, guys, Caleb got AMC A-list.
I've joined the cult.
It is awesome.
And it's amazing. Since we had to, we didn't have time to cancel our first showing.
So we had to get another one.
Unforeseen circumstances. It was nice knowing I had 2 other movie slots that I could just fill up.
Very nice.
Anyway, where were we?
Back in the movie. We're still in the apocalypse area. Yeah. Any more highlights that you can think of that? Oh, it's a very brief second, but when he orders the coffee, did you notice that it was like a gasoline nozzle? And then behind him it had like the $ starting to roll up. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's what I love about.
It's like human gasoline is coffee.
About these Lego movies, there's just so much to look at.
I know.
That's why you need that second viewing just to see what's going on with all the details.
Yeah.
The background and little things in the foreground, and
it's great. There's
so much you can do.
I love the Gandalf reference.
Yeah.
When he falls.
Yeah. We saw that 3-4 times.
It was good though, because like the first 2 times you have no idea what he's saying, because he's saying a made up word.
Yeah. The first movie we had Taco Tuesday and what was the glue thing called? The Craggle?
Yeah.
Those were the first 2 things like that kept getting repeated. And in this movie, the big bad thing was Armageddon.
Yeah, and I think it was a little lazy.
I thought it was cute and
from like the Craggle. Like, I thought that was a lot more clever, because it was just that.
I mean, it still took you a minute.
What?
When you heard it, and then I was like, oh, Armageddon.
No, I mean, it took, but like.
We didn't get that huge twist at the end.
You would have never guessed what Craggle was.
Right.
And then, like, the storage one.
Oh, the bins of storage.
Yeah, like, and we thought it was trash, but then storage made more sense. Like, it was easier to guess what it was. But then at the same time, it's a fault that, like, you know that they're going to kind of have the same interpretation for the first one. So, like,
it wasn't formulaic, how I want to say. If they did the same thing in the first one, it's like, here's the secret word that we're not going to find out till the end. They didn't just do the same thing as the first one.
No.
So it's nice how they just gave us these things. You can like, oh, Armageddon, storage bin. The moms can put the stuff in the storage bin.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, because they're not going to play nice.
Yeah.
The normal sibling thing.
Yeah, no. It was fine. It's just, it wasn't as like when you finally, like, when the Craggle's reviewed, you're like, oh, glue. Like,
and what was it? It was crazy. it was Crazy Glue, but the ZY and the E,
Mm-hmm.
the UE were gone, so it was Craggle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's how they got that.
Um,
Good stuff. But for any Lord Business fans out there, he was only in it for like 2 scenes.
literally like
Very, very brief.
probably 20 seconds of screen time.
But movie's not about him, so it's fine.
Nah, screw that. He was the villain of the last one. We were talking about the apocalypse area still. Any more you could think of?
Nah.
Nah.
Move it on.
Moving on.
The Big Five, all Emmett's friends gets kidnapped, and he has to go save them. That's the whole premise of the movie.
That is the premise of the movie, and so we are off.
So we're into Act 2.
And
he makes his little house. One part with the chase sequence, how he makes his whole house, I mentioned it to you in the theater. You're in a field, an empty field, a dusty little desert, and
you hit your
the
car.
one object that you
Right.
had such a low chance of hitting, you hit. That's your fault. You hit that, my guy. But turns his cute little house into a ship, and he's off. And then we meet Rex.
And I'm so happy that they had a few more of those. Like, he was like a pro football player,
He was a script surgeon.
Yeah, like,
that part was interesting.
because they had the first 3.
It blew my mind on that second one, because I first saw the second trailer to another movie. It was like a preview to another movie we were seeing. When they were showing it off and it said he was a galaxy guy, dinosaur dude, and something else. And I was like, oh, that's supposed to be Chris Pratt's roles. And that just blew my mind. Like, I looked over to you and you're like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. It's really fun that they were just making fun of Chris Pratt with that character.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
And he is really funny in it. Did you see the twist coming?
No, like I said, I did think it was like a Big Brother thing because like his ship was a fist and he liked breaking things. So I was like, a Big Brother not wanting to play with toys, he breaks things. But yeah, that twist was nice.
It was a nice edit when whilst I was like, if you're not the bad guy, then who is? And it was like, and it was just Rex. And it was like, oh shit, like damn, like I really didn't see him like being the villain, but I love how like I'm kind of jumping around, but like when he explains the whole time travel thing, and he's like, it doesn't really make sense, but you just got to go with it.
Yeah,
it didn't really make sense.
Yeah,
at all. But
yeah, there's like a few issues I had with the whole time travel thing, but we'll get to that in a second.
So yeah, you meet him, and
but I did like the whole naming thing. Just to clear with you guys when they said like this is just Emmett from the future, and like the bad future of Emmett. So Emmett's a bad guy now and comes back, and his name is Radical Emmett Extreme.
Yeah,
and that's Rex. That is funny. It's so funny.
I like the dinosaurs dialogue.
Oh, that was so funny. And the names.
Oh yeah, what was the last one?
The other one.
Yeah, it was like Philip.
Yeah,
John, Clover. The other one.
So funny. Or that.
I kind of like, you wonder, like, was that a thing? Like, did it actually say the other one, or did Chris Pratt just kind of like forget what it was, or like kind of stumbled? He was like, it's like the other one, and then they loved it. Like,
and they're like keeping it.
That's.
I love that little jump cut when they're about to go off, and then Emmett's just like, "Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy?"
The dog, and his tongue's hanging out. Yeah. And like from the trailer, but it's still so
if
funny.
Only velociraptors were that adorable.
Right.
And still alive.
Puppy noises.
Oh, I loved them. They're getting chased by these other cute creatures and whatnot. And then Rex is shooting the gun. It's just like, pew, 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 pew. He's making the noises for the gun.
Yeah. That was great.
God, that was so good.
That was so
just seeing
funny.
Chris Pratt in the booth for that would be worth it.
Let's stick with their storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they get to that town and it feels like
Oh, I like that sequence too when they like go through the brush because they're like in that jungle.
Have you ever seen Edward Scissorhands?
No.
Okay, well the neighborhood for that felt really like that kind of neighborhood.
Really cookie cutter houses.
All the houses are literally the same, and like the dad like is mowing the lawn and the mom is doing whatever, like watching mow the lawn, and like it's just everybody's doing a formulaic thing. Is it? I don't know if it was in the first movie, but Green Lantern, he was like missing a tooth. You notice that?
I think he was just trying to go for that dopey look.
Yeah, but was he in that in the first movie?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Was it a missing tooth or more like a gap? I think maybe they're trying to go for a gap
It was
look.
probably like a gap, but like it just I don't know. It looked weird. I was like what happened from the first movie to this? Was it always in the
I
first
liked it
movie?
when Superman called him JL too. It's like, oh, like a little puppy name.
And Lex Luthor shows up, and him and Superman are buddies.
Mhm.
All the three like formations of Wonder
Oh
Woman.
yeah, different. Yeah. I do like how we get Duplo, we get Lego, and then we get like the Polly Pocket looking models where they don't have knees.
Like the
So the
girl,
hinges in their hip.
like Legos. Kind
Yeah,
of,
and so they do that little hop.
That's
that
how they
thing
all
was
walk
cool.
around. And then we get a song
Oh my god.
that doesn't start off promising because they just start going la 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 la. And you're just like, what's happening?
And the whole premise is like that's the brainwashy song. Is like, okay, I can see it's kind of creepy.
But then it just becomes
We cut to when Wild Style was trying to get brainwashed. And,
Yeah.
I'll let you take the reins for this one because I love this song.
You love this song?
It's so good,
Dude, it
and
is
I hate it. I
so-
hate how much I like it.
like the song is this song will get stuck in your head.
Yeah,
And
it's the brainwashing song.
my God, like this song, I'm not gonna be shocked if like they use this for torture
Oh my god!
later
yeah.
on. But then like everybody's just gonna be bobbing their head back and forth because
like dude, it's
it has
so
such
poppy.
a good poppy beat. It's your basic poppy
I don't know if
song.
I think it's supposed to be satire on pop music.
Oh,
too.
it is, and that's what everything was awesome was such a satire because it had a catchy beat to it as well, and so it was just so funny, and everybody's just gets brainwashed by it because they're just
Well, we think they're getting brainwashed, which that was a weird twist at the end.
Yeah.
They were just really.
they were just loving it.
Yeah.
They actually all enjoyed it. I kind of forgot about that.
Oh, one thing I forgot to bring up. I for the first half of the movie, Unikitty was hands down my favorite character.
Oh yeah,
Unikitty was awesome.
I loved Unikitty. I love how she just stayed in her rage form the entire
Yeah.
time.
We didn't get that in the first movie, right?
What?
The beast version of her.
No, it was more just like the side, like
The mad version?
the mouth. Yeah,
But like when we got the little
Like,
look in the
final
house,
form.
and they're like Unikitty, and then she's like
Yeah.
all mad, and then she was like channel rage mode, and then she did like her little.
I want that Lego set.
Did you see like the little butt movement when she was like doing that, transforming
Maybe.
into
I
it?
don't know.
But yeah, she like turns into a beast, and yeah, I want that. That's the first thing I thought of is I want that Lego set.
That's awesome.
And I can't believe that's Allison Brie.
Let's
But yeah, bouncing back to that song,
That's-
all the friends are getting brainwashed except for Wild Style. We find out that she doesn't have black hair. She actually, the highlights in her hair is actually her real hair.
Oh wait, I guess we got to rewind a little bit because actually there's a song before that where they meet Queen whatever I want to be.
Oh yeah, and
And
she's
It's a pretty. I will say like
it was a good song.
like when they said like when she started singing, I was like, oh no, this is like kind of like a musical now.
Yeah,
Like there's
right?
gonna be songs in this. Like I'm fine with everything is awesome, but like an actual musical number.
Yeah,
But I thought it was kind of funny.
I think that was the whole thing with her character because she had 2 to 3 songs.
Yeah, she definitely had 2 songs. But like I liked it because it was funny. It wasn't just like it
Yeah,
wasn't
it
like a
was pretty
song to
funny.
just sing a song. It actually like was a funny kind of song.
It was a good way to explain plot.
Yeah, it was a good way to explain the plot and
Mhm.
like the little bits with you know spaceship guy and
Yeah,
um
like how I'm gonna give you all these planets.
right, and she was
Yeah, my
like,
plan,
"Yeah,
I'm
man,
not
I'm gonna give
evil."
you half of everything." He's like, oh, half of everything, half of everything.
I didn't realize what that like. Where did she get that number from? It's because they're getting married, so that's why he gets half of everything.
Oh
Wow,
dang, there you go. I didn't think about that either.
wow.
But I enjoyed that musical number. And also I love her movement.
Yeah,
It's very fluent and just
yeah,
like,
and that must have been a pain too for the character modeling because she's always changing. The Lego characters aren't changing because they're one form. So
and
just
her-
thinking of all these ideas, and yeah, she's kind of like just a blob moving around.
yeah, like her comfortable stage is when she's just like a blob. But I liked her.
I think that's why it reminded me of the were they the Yugotopians? Was that their name?
I think so.
Yugobotamians?
Yeah.
The alien people from Fairy the Odd Parents. But yeah, because the face, her like her
Purple
eyes and
face.
mouth had that look to it, and then her
Dude, what
little
does he
flute.
say?
The alien guys.
Yeah, what's like his catchphrase kind of?
Timmy Turner.
Ah,
All I remember is that they would eat broccoli, like broccoli and veggies were their candy,
yeah.
and good tasting stuff was
Garbage?
yeah.
Yeah. I remember like yeah, but he kind of always like yelled stuff. Like that was like his kind
I
of
believe so.
shtick. Oh, dude. So like she has like some sidekicks. She has her own butler who's
The ice cream
he's an
guy.
ice cream guy. He's pretty funny, but my favorite, hands down, the banana dude. I don't remember his name, but his eyes are hilarious. I snorted, okay? Like, that's how much I laughed at that one scene when he's falling down the cake.
It goes on a lot longer than it should, and then it comes right back.
Yeah, and then he falls into the chocolate pit, and then, like, you kind of think the bit's over, but then he pops out. He's like, this is my worst nightmare. And then I just fucking lost it.
That guy was so good. Sorry, I'm trying to freaking look at this thing up now that you had to mention.
What?
His name is Mark Chang, the alien from Fairly Odd Parents.
Mark Chain. Okay.
Hugo
Batavia! Like something like that. Like he just emphasizes stuff really loudly.
Emphasis.
Let's see.
Non-puny humans! I'm out of here! Stuff like that.
There's one that really sticks in my head and I can't say it, but you know, that's not what we're here for. We're here for the Lego Movie 2.
It burns!
Oh my gosh!
That's what he says.
Bruce Willis!
Oh, Bruce Willis cameo.
Like 2 cameos.
And a third one. We're like, hey, is that Bruce Willis?
Oh yeah, like they're really like low key. Yeah, like when the 5 of them get
And to be specific, it's Bruce Willis from
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
The original Die Hard. And like when they get to the spa and they all start breaking down and then she's like, do you want me to take my like hair off?
Yeah.
Like to be like Bruce Willis, and then like it cuts to him. And then
What'd he say? He's like, you don't look like me.
yeah, something like that. And you're just like, what?
Whoa.
A Bruce Willis Lego? Like, I want that.
And then she's trying to escape the rainwashing sequence and she goes in the air ducts and he's like, Bruce Willis?
He's like, I don't live in here.
Yeah.
I just
Carry on.
I just like to crawl around in these things. Yeah, that was a nice treat. That was a fun cameo that I really enjoyed.
Super good.
So I was hoping we were gonna get kind of like some new Lego characters to see from like the old one, and that was a nice, pleasant surprise.
Yeah. One thing I really like that new thing that they introduced in this movie. We had Master Building and now we have Master Breaking.
Breaking, yeah.
And I didn't notice it first off, but when Emmett was starting to like destroy the wedding, when he did the first punch, he's actually breaking the pieces themselves. Like some of the pieces like started morphing. And so like it had that feel of like, oh, this is the brother is actually breaking the toy itself.
Yeah.
So it's like these pieces are actually being destroyed.
That's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It gets emotional.
Yeah,
around that part when he like Emmett kind of becomes the bad guy.
Yeah, he got fooled.
Yeah, he got fooled. He kind of turned to the dark side for a minute, and
He's being tough,
yeah,
like everyone told him to be.
Yeah,
even his lady friend.
It's a really good message. Now, like really thinking about it, that like just be who you are to be. Don't try to impress somebody and like be something different because that's not who you are supposed to be. You're supposed to be yourself, and so
because a great tragedy of that is once you do change, those people aren't going to like you anymore because you're a totally different person.
Yeah, and he breaks it all.
Yeah, he destroys everything.
We're gonna rewind again because I liked Wannabe second song to Batman trying to persuade him, saying it's like the not interested song,
and then it goes into like this other verses where Batman's rapping.
Yeah, that was good. And
when Batman first meets Wannabe and she does the first song, he's like, I'm an artist myself, and he's like, game recognizes game.
Yes.
It was a little cringy, but it's still good. Yeah, that was a good song.
I like that song.
And she's a good manipulator. That was her whole plan all along.
Yeah.
To convince him
right
to
off the
marry
bat,
her.
where she's just like she plays like the uninterested card. I was like, okay, I can see where this is going. And then like she like goes above and beyond and like has a whole musical number about how she wants men in tights or whatever. and it's really good. I kind of like the. It was a serious moment when Wildstyle and the kind of the second in command are battling it out, and she's hanging there on like the little Lego piece.
Yeah.
And like she's doing the sad face, but it's like kind of serious. And then like it breaks, and you're like, oh shoot! Like,
even though like she had a jetpack, she was flying around. Where'd the jetpack go, lady?
right? Where did the wings go? Yeah.
Do you have a safety feature in your suit where if the mask is off, it doesn't work? I loved how the sound system and control panel was just the phone,
right? Just
set up into like a little Lego set, and then she has control panels where it just touches the screen. It's this movie becomes 2 times better. The first one, this one, anytime they bring real world objects into it and see how they interact with it.
Right.
So good. You were gonna say.
I don't know what I was gonna. Oh, I was gonna bounce it off to the first Lego movie when they have their plan trying to break into lore businesses.
Yeah, we have 2 sequences like that, and they both don't work.
No, yeah. So I mean, it's always like a sequel where you kind of rehash the same plot from the first one. But
one thing I did want to bring up that this was the joke that I needed to hold on to the whole time.
Oh yes, here we go.
So 5 years ago, this kid was the actual kid was master building. 5 years to now, he's master breaking. He's like 10, 12-ish. In 5 years, what is he going to be doing? He's going to be masturbating.
I hope you're the first one to make that joke.
I love that.
I love that. I hope you're the first one to make that joke.
Trademark.
This is what you need. Like,
my biggest regret is not trademarking no regrets. Another joke from the movie. I will trademark that joke.
that was good, man.
So if they that's why they're not making the third one, because he'd have to be a masturbator.
I do feel like he was a little too old to be such a dick to his sister.
Oh yeah, usually you're only a dick to your little sister when you're in like the early 10s, late single digits.
Yeah.
At the latest.
Well, like, I could understand it, like, in the beginning when she's bringing her big Lego pieces. You're like, that doesn't belong here.
Yeah, get that Duplo crap out of here.
But then, like, in this one,
she was a chubby little baby, too. And we got that one shot of
she was fair as a baby, and then she got skinny. But,
yeah. I mean, I get it.
I get it, but then, like, as I say, I'm, like, it's beautiful looking. And he just goes, and he's like, dude, you're, like, at least 4 or 5 years older than her. Like, come on, dude. Like, that's your sister.
Don't break her dings.
I mean, I know the plot says
neither of us had a little sister, so I guess it's hard to relate with that.
Yeah, it is hard to relate.
And then you didn't have little brothers until you were a lot older.
Yeah, a lot older.
Like, how old were you when?
I was 12 when Jack was born.
Oh, Jack. I get that mixed up. I said Henry.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're already 12 when first sibling is born. Yeah.
But
so you're already much older.
There was a lot more of the I felt like, not a bad thing, but like the real world.
Yeah, there was a lot more real world. We didn't get that until the very end.
No, yeah, this was like really the third act was kind of like the real world stuff.
So we get this very weird, like, how much control do these toys actually have in the real world?
Yeah, they were.
Because in the first one, we just imagined that the kid is playing these characters.
Mm-hmm. But like now, it's kind of like almost Toy Storying it. Like,
yeah,
are they alive? Like,
yeah, because Rex learned, like, through his rage, was able to control himself
perfectly fine.
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't know how much they can, but then they do kind of duke it out underneath the dryer.
Yeah, that sequence where they're gonna punch each other and then they just chest bump and you just hear the little pieces clanking together.
Yeah, that's great.
It got dark when he master broke him and he was about to rip
seriously,
him in half.
I was like, is Emmett about to die?
He just punched his back. Ah,
it got real. The movie got real. I was digging it a lot. And then also, like, when he started fading away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, oh no, I'm Back to the Futuring. It's a big boy movie. You wouldn't understand.
But there's my big gripe with the movie, because now we're entering paradox territory. Because since now Emmett isn't becoming bad Emmett goes away. But because bad Emmett's going away, then he doesn't save Emmett at the beginning. So Emmett becomes bad Emmett because he goes... And it's just this vicious cycle.
And that is why time travel should never exist in anything ever.
Marvel shouldn't have done it. Infinity War Part 2 shouldn't have that.
And that's the rumor that they're going to go back in time to get an Infinity Stone.
Whatever.
But
Whatever.
Yeah, that was very like did his ship like when the shot when like the actual boy is holding Emmett's little house ship and then he just sees this fist ship, like did that just appear there? Was he just like, thanks, Dad, for the new Lego
I think that's
set?
what it is. He just assumed his dad built this fist ship.
Dad's like, Will Ferrell's like, where's my pants?
Kids, listen to what your mom said. The whole joke, it is nice how they did the whole like stepping on a Lego thing. When the mom stepped on a Lego
twice.
Right, and she's like, childbirth. It's almost as bad as childbirth. I was like,
it's like,
is it? I think there's going to be a lot of angry moms out there that are like, I've stepped on a million Legos, and they have not been anywhere near the pain of childbirth.
Hurts, but like, you're going for a laugh, and it's a little awkward.
I thought they were going to go for it a third time, and I was like...
If they did, I probably would have like melted out of my chair, like just cringy. Please stop it.
Where the chin morphs into the neck, and you're just down. But it was nice. I did like how they could have gotten away with just one.
And, oh, dude, the fake out ending that felt so
when we're at our
real.
deepest moment, all the Legos are put into the bins. Emmett's under the dryer. He's gonna be there forever.
I was like, are they gonna do this in a kids movie? But of course, they like have it for like a second, and then like it crumbles away.
You know, it's kind of cool because they're doing this whole like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna out of this box, and like the end crumbles, and that was neat. But that's when we get the everything is not awesome.
Yeah, and they start singing that, and then that's when like the main boy just kind of like
opens the bin back up,
opens it, and kind of realizes how much of a jerk he was to his little sister, who's adorable,
who just wanted to play with
his big brother, and then they do.
Yeah,
and it's a happy ending.
God, don't bring your Legos
and Will
outside.
Ferrell can't find his pants.
Did you ever bring your Legos outside that much?
I think so.
That's how you lose pieces.
I had Indiana Jones Legos, so
okay,
I would
I guess
literally
you have to play with those.
like take the set and I would put it in the grass and like make it like a fort. Dude, I love my Indiana Jones Lego sets. And then like their new town. It meshes both of the Apocalypse and his younger sister's worlds together, and everything is awesome.
It was like had a nice Oasis feel to it as well. Yeah,
and then you have the surprise small twist ending that we don't know if it was in the first movie or not. With
that Wild Style was the lead singer of Everything is Awesome. Yeah, which I'm curious. Maybe we should have watched the first movie today.
We didn't have any time.
Because I'm curious. I'm gonna look it up. I feel like they might have put it in there. Maybe they had that plan in the first Lego movie. That Wild Style was that.
Yeah,
but I do feel like she got more development. I'm glad they went into her past.
Definitely.
And now it goes into that theme of like she has to be at peace at who she was because she didn't change her hair back. She kept her normal, colorful hair.
Yeah,
because if Emmett accepts her, then she should accept herself. Which is a great lesson for everyone.
It is a beautiful
of self
lesson.
Appreciation
and they're
self-love.
Just best buds forever.
Yeah,
it's so sweet.
And I guess it's also a sweet thing that they're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Like they're not.
But they still have that shot when they're walking and they're holding hands.
Right, but they're just buds.
They're just best buds forever.
Yeah. And Legos can't really fuck, so that's as best as they can do, right? I mean, the closest thing we got was Emmett and future Emmett chest bumping.
Dude, I just got like a shot in my head when it'd be Wannabe and Batman, and they're just like totally Totally.
And the ice cream guy gets in there. He's like, double jinx.
Stop.
You need to stop.
Um,
He was a funny character. Alfred just got the shaft, and we got this new ice cream butler.
I know. But it was, he had his time in the Lego Batman movie.
But you can never have too much Alfred.
You can't.
Alfred's the OG.
Ooh, and do you want to talk about like the best end credit scenes for a movie ever in the history of end credit scenes?
And it wasn't even just the first sequence when they get like the big name stars. Even showing the regular credits, it was just fun to watch.
It was fun to watch.
How long did that take? And that had to be real life of them doing that whole turn the thing over and it's all, they got these pop out things on the roller. I mean, I guess you could do that in CG, but it'd be very hard either way.
I know for sure the end credit, like the credits in the first movie, are definitely live action.
Mm-hmm.
So
they probably wanted to keep it that way.
Probably, yeah.
And they kept the theme of bringing two worlds together and playing nice when they had one thing on one side, one on the other, and they come together.
It was fun looking at siblings together.
Yeah.
From different countries. I thought that was very sweet.
And their creations.
But I mean...
Your favorite part.
My favorite part, it's not in the actual version in the Lego movie that everything is awesome, but if you download the song, it's an extended version and it has the Lonely Islands in it.
Right.
And they come back for the end credit song in this, and it's
so meta.
Funny. They sing about the end credits.
Like, it's a song about end credits.
It's a song about, like, they're just like, wow, look at these awesome end credits. Like, I wonder who makes these end credits. Like, nobody cares about the end credits.
And then they bring up, like, a special person in the production. And then that it comes into...
Yeah, they like say it was like Christopher something. And then like a second later, like his name pops up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so funny.
This is probably the longest credit scene for them to actually show the actors. Because it went on for like a couple minutes before they showed the actors.
That's true.
They put a few other people ahead of them.
And then Lonely Island takes a stab at them. They were just like... This movie takes so long to make, but yet the voice actors only work for like 4 hours a day.
And they get the most credit.
Right? Like, it's so true. Like, these people are sweating making this movie, and then a big name actor comes in, sipping his latte.
Yeah, a lot more with animated movies. Live action movies are more of a unit.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though actors still get more of the praise. But with the animated movie, voice actors, I don't want to demean...
I don't either. I don't want to demean because sometimes they give a really good performance.
They're not doing as much work.
No. They're really just...
But at the same time, if you don't have a good voice actor and a movie looks amazing, it's not going to be good.
Mm-mm.
So it's still... It's uneven, but it's still... good people have to come together and do good work.
Yeah. But it's a really funny song. And I would just sit through the credits because there's also just good songs playing and you're seeing all the people that were in this crazy movie that were made. And
don't be the people that immediately leave once the credits start. Like I saw the two people that got up for this one.
It's like, come on.
You don't have to stay for the whole credits, but just appreciate them.
I at least always stay for the awesome animated credits that always are the first part of it.
Yeah.
That's always fun because sometimes it does
a lot
get
of effort
boring.
is going into that.
It gets
not
really...
barely any effort goes into just a lazy credit roll.
But then, like you said,
you can do that in 5 minutes in Premiere.
They're just doing the little flip thing with the different colors of the Legos, and it was just kind of fun.
That
to
was
see
very
different
interesting.
colors.
They didn't need to do that.
No, and they did it anyway.
And it was a lot more work.
Yeah,
that was very nice.
So good on them.
And no end credit scene. This movie just ends.
Is there an end credit scene in the first one?
I think if anything, it was. I think it was before the credits even started, but if not, it was. Maybe like in the middle.
Okay.
Not like what they do it after like the main credits. I think they did it like in the middle of the main credits.
Okay.
But part of me feels like they did it before the credits even started.
Oh, dude, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, and I from the trailers, I knew I was gonna enjoy it no matter what.
But no, I didn't expect this much.
I didn't think it was gonna be as good as.
This is on par with the first one.
Yeah, it is. Like, they're. I'm not saying like they're the same movie, but they're just like They are like, and that's great that it's pretty much the same movie when it comes to the writing, the directing, the acting, the visuals, the overall story, the imaginative world. Like it's really fun.
Right. Andrew's probably said fun about 50 times today. We found his catchphrase.
That's fun. Oh, that's fun.
Is it just because we noticed it today, or have you just been saying a little more today that now it's become a thing?
I think it's today, but like, I don't know what got over me today. Like, we were just...
Today defeated you, is that why?
We went to the mall after something happened and we missed our movie. And so we went to the mall for an hour to kill time. And we went to like some nerd stores, and everything we would look at, I'd be like,
this is fun.
That would be fun. Look at this. This is probably fun. Like, I don't know what came over me, but I just kept saying everything looked fun. And maybe it was just because of the incident that happened. But why? Why did that happen? We didn't have to miss our movie.
This movie is very fun.
This movie is very fun.
Go see it. A lot of work went into it.
We should.
The animators.
I should go to bed.
Yeah, it's late.
It is late. I just checked. It's like 2:15.
Gosh darn.
Darn.
I think we talked about as much as we need to. There's probably another 15 minutes of small details that I can't remember right now.
I highly recommend it. I hope if you listen to this podcast, I hope you watched it, because if not, we just ruined for you, but you should still go see it anyways.
Do yourself a favor. Get AMC A-List.
Yeah, it's
pay $20 a month to see 12 movies.
Or just see 2 of the big movies that month in IMAX, and it's paying for your ticket.
Oh, almost 1.5 times.
AMC List, let us sponsor
Dude, instead of paying $18 to go see this movie, and it was nice that it was in a dead zone, and this movie was in IMAX. But no, I just paid the $20, and now I get to go see another movie this week, and then 3 movies next week, and then a week after that, and that, and then the next day, and the next day, and then the next day.
It's beautiful.
And then the next day.
It is amazing.
Yes.
But guys,
I think that's it.
Whether you're listening to this on YouTube, Podbean, iTunes,
if you are listening to it on YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you're listening to it on iTunes, leave a review. Let us know how we're doing.
Give us some stars, because we need to get a few of those so we can get a rating. So when people go to our page, right now we don't have a rating. So if you can, much appreciated. Podbean.
Give us some criticism.
Yeah.
Some constructive criticism.
Tell us how we're doing. This is what, our 9th?
Number 9.
Ooh,
we're
the next
one away
one's
from double digits.
Ooh, we got to celebrate. I don't know what it's going to be about, but we're going to do something.
It's going to be about Alita.
Oh, why is that the 10th one? I really hope you love it and I hate it. That'd be so great. Like, if we're just completely opposite.
You only hate this because it's James Cameron.
Just when I see that Avatar promotion, I'm like, get that garbage out of my face.
What if we finally get a trailer for Avatar?
No, we're not going to get that.
If James Cameron was competent, we would.
We would have gotten a trailer in 2 movies like 3 years ago, okay? But yeah.
That's another podcast.
That's for next week. So we'll be talking about that. But thanks again, guys, for listening and
it's been real.
Giving us your support on our channel.
What's your name?
My name is Andrew.
This has been Caleb.
Peace!
Bye!